I love her and I want her to be awesome, but there's things that remind me of her, and yeah, it was my first one.
Justin Bieber once said in an interview that he loved her and wanted her to be amazing, but there were always little things that reminded him of her. He was clearly talking about Selena Gomez. For him, she wasn't just another person from his past. She was his first real love, and that leaves a permanent mark on someone's heart. Even after he married Hailey Baldwin, people noticed that Justin carried a soft spot for Selena. You can't erase years of history, no matter how much you try to move forward, and now things have gotten even more complicated. Selena Gomez is officially engaged to Benny Blanco, and many believe that this news might have been the breaking point for Justin. Just when people thought the dust had settled, Selena released a brand new album, and that sent everything spiraling again. The music, the lyrics, the timing, it all felt like a storm that stirred up old wounds that fans thought were long gone. Her new album dropped only days ago, but the effect has been massive. Instead of just being another release, it's pulling the past back into the spotlight like a buried secret suddenly being unearthed. Right after the album went live, fans all over the world began dissecting each lyric, searching for hidden meanings and clues, trying to figure out if she was once again singing about her turbulent relationship with Justin Bieber. Social media lit up instantly with theories, analyses, and heated debates. And as if the drama wasn't loud enough, Justin himself added fuel to the fire with some cryptic Instagram posts. His captions were heavy, emotional, and perfectly timed to align with Selena's release. One of his posts read, "I've got anger issues too, but I want to change and not react so much." To some people that might sound like a random thought, but the timing made fans suspicious. Was Justin actually reflecting on his own struggles, or was he subtly reacting to Selena's lyrics? The internet quickly decided it wasn't a coincidence at all. Hailey didn't stay silent either. She jumped into the comments on Justin's posts, leaving little notes of support and dropping likes that showed she was standing by him. On the surface, it seemed like a wife being supportive of her husband, but to others, it raised eyebrows. Was she just defending him, or was there more going on behind closed doors? And then, as if to stir things further, Justin posted again the next day saying he doesn't like changing for other people. That kind of statement carries weight. The timing, once again, was suspicious. Fans couldn't help but connect it to Selena's comeback. Selena Gomez's return to music after 5 years was already bound to make waves, but the way she chose to come back made the impact even greater. People have been saying for a long time that Selena uses music as her therapy, and this album proves it. One song in particular, "Don't Wanna Cry," hit listeners like a punch to the chest. The lyrics were raw, honest, and dripping with emotion. She sings about betrayal, about being blamed unfairly, about feeling trapped in a cycle she couldn't escape. The opening lines are brutal. "I left the door wide open for the world to see you, and you kissed her right in front of me like I wasn't even there." Fans immediately connected those words to Justin and his whirlwind romance with Hailey. The timing, the story, the imagery, it all matched too well. It wasn't just another sad ballad. It was heartbreak painted in the most vulnerable way possible. Selena's voice carries pain that feels lived in. When she sings the chorus, "I don't want to cry now, I don't want to cry now," it doesn't just sound like words. It feels like someone screaming silently, refusing to let heartbreak break them again. And then comes the bridge, the kind of line that makes everyone pause. "One day you're going to wake up, but all that's left is my pillow and makeup." It's not just a lyric, it's a message. It's Selena declaring that she's done holding on to the past, that she's finally stepping into her power. She hasn't come out and directly said that this song is about Justin, but the world doesn't need her to. The emotion is too specific, too raw, and too familiar. Fans are convinced it's about him, and they're flooding social media with theories. Meanwhile, Justin's posts keep getting darker, heavier, more reflective. He's been moody online before, but the overlap with Selena's album has people thinking he's not handling this well. Is he angry? Is he heartbroken? Or is he just caught up in memories that he can't shake? Whatever it is, the timing is impossible to ignore. Both Selena fans and current supporters of Justin and Hailey started picking apart every word he wrote, like detectives on a mission. The internet turned into one big debate room. Some saw his posts as proof that Selena's music had reopened wounds. Others thought he was just being vulnerable about his own personal growth. Either way, people couldn't stop talking. And that's what makes this whole situation so messy. Every word, every lyric, every post is being studied and judged. Of course, not everyone is buying into the chaos. Some fans are trying to calm the storm, saying not everything has to be connected, that maybe Justin's posts were just about his own mental health journey. They've been urging people to respect both Selena and Justin's privacy, to not drag them back into a love story that ended years ago. But realistically, this isn't the first time Selena has used music to process her history with Justin. Back in 2013, she released Forget Forever, which sounded upbeat on the surface, but was filled with heartbreak underneath. The lyrics were about reckless love, shouting names that turned into silence, and realizing something once thought to be unbreakable was actually fragile. It was a thinly veiled reflection of her relationship with Justin at the time, which was already crumbling. Then came 2014, when she dropped The Heart Wants What It Wants. That song broke the internet. It was emotional, haunting, and almost impossible to listen to without feeling her pain. The lyrics were about toxic love, betrayal, and a pull she couldn't resist. The music video was even more powerful. Selena crying in a dimly lit room, her voice breaking. It showed the depth of what she had been carrying. She was admitting to the world that she stayed even when she was hurting, and it was hard to watch because you could see how much it cost her. And just when people thought she had moved on, in 2019 she released Lose You to Love Me. That one landed right after Justin got engaged to Hailey, and fans were convinced it was Selena's final goodbye to him. The lyrics painted a clear picture of letting go of someone who had been placed on a pedestal but didn't stay. She admitted she couldn't have released it when she was in the middle of the pain. It took time for her to heal enough to put it into words. That honesty made the song hit even harder. All of this history adds weight to her new album. Selena's fans see a pattern. Whenever something big happens in her love life or Justin's, she processes it through music. And Justin, whether he wants to admit it or not, often reacts, sometimes through posts, sometimes through silence, but always in a way that fans notice. People often say your first love stays with you forever, and Justin and Selena seem to prove that. Their story wasn't just a fling, it was a saga. From 2010 to 2018, they were the center of Hollywood's young romance drama. They broke up, got back together, fought, cried, loved, and fell apart again and again. Each reunion felt like it might be the last chance. Each breakup felt final, but the cycle never truly ended until Justin married Hailey. Even then, fans weren't ready to close the book. Selena's engagement to Benny Blanco feels like the real turning point. For her, it's not just about love. It's about moving into a new phase of life where she chooses peace, health, and stability. Benny has been by her side not only as a partner, but also as a collaborator and friend. Their relationship didn't just appear out of nowhere. It was built over years of working together in the music industry. Fans were thrilled for Selena, but at the same time, they couldn't help but wonder what Justin thought. He stayed quiet in official statements, but his posts, his song choices, even his energy during public appearances have sparked endless theories. When he shared a photo of himself with Hailey on vacation, but chose a background song filled with lyrics about weddings and disappearing ghosts, people took it as a hidden message. Was he reminiscing about what could have been with Selena? Was it a quiet confession? He never explained, but the internet filled in the blanks. This isn't just about music anymore, it's about the years of public drama, the endless comparisons between Selena and Hailey, and the way fans refuse to let go of the Jelena narrative. Justin and Hailey's marriage has always been scrutinized, with people pointing out awkward moments, odd body language, or statements that hint at struggles. Justin himself has admitted he wasn't ready for commitment when they first got together. That honesty makes people wonder if he rushed into the marriage as a way to close the door on Selena. And Hailey, despite her efforts to show strength and love, has constantly faced criticism. People judge her past relationships, her quick rise to fame, even her looks compared to Selena's. Some say she's living in Selena's shadow, and that must be exhausting. Selena and Benny, on the other hand, have been open about their relationship. They don't hide. They post playful photos. They leave sweet comments. They support each other in ways that look genuine. When Selena called Benny the best thing that ever happened to her, fans felt relieved to see her finally being treated with love and respect. But of course, not everyone was happy. Some diehard fans attacked Benny, calling him unworthy, digging up old comments, even mocking his looks. Benny, known for his humor, clapped back lightly, but it didn't stop the negativity. Still, Selena stood firm. She's had enough of toxic love stories. This time, she's writing a new one. And so, here we are. Selena Gomez, newly engaged, stronger than ever, stepping into her future with Benny Blanco. Justin Bieber, married but still carrying the weight of his past, posting cryptic messages that make fans question what's really going on in his heart. Hailey, standing by her husband but constantly compared to someone she can never escape. It's a triangle that refuses to fade, even years later. The world keeps watching, analyzing, debating, wondering, is this truly the end of the Jelena saga? Or will fate somehow pull them back together in the future? For now, all we can do is watch as Selena begins her new chapter. Justin struggles with his own reflections, and fans continue to keep the story alive. Fans began analyzing Justin's words as if they were clues in a mystery. Every caption, every emoji, every song lyric he posted was turned into evidence for or against his
marriage. Some believe Justin was using Instagram as his diary, letting the world see his inner battles without ever having to directly say them. Others thought it was a clever way of getting attention without making official statements. But whatever the truth, the effect was the same. People couldn't stop watching, and Hailey couldn't escape the constant comparisons to Selena. Hailey herself has spoken about how hard it is to be in Justin's world. She admitted in interviews that she knew marrying Justin meant living with the shadow of his past. She knew people would never forget his history with Selena, but what she didn't expect was how relentless the online bullying would be. Entire TikTok accounts are dedicated to comparing her to Selena, breaking down every outfit, every hairstyle, and even the way she speaks. For Hailey, it must feel like she's trapped in a competition she never signed up for. But here's where it gets even deeper. Justin, who has often spoken about his struggles with depression and self-worth, now seems torn between protecting his wife and dealing with his own demons. Some fans argue that he doesn't do enough to publicly defend Hailey, while others believe his silence is his way of protecting her from more attention. Either way, it fuels speculation. Did Justin post that shirtless picture as a way of showing strength? Was it a flex to remind people he's still the superstar everyone fell in love with? Or was it, as some believe, a coded message aimed directly at the two women who have defined his romantic story, Hailey and Selena? The timing is what makes it all suspicious. That photo didn't come out of nowhere. It lined up with a resurfaced video of Selena in 2020 where she laughed about a comment that sounded like a jab at Hailey. Suddenly, fans were connecting the dots, saying Justin was caught in the middle again. Was he frustrated? Was he calling out both women in one bold move? Or was it just a coincidence? And then came the reactions. Hailey stayed quiet at first, which only made the whispers louder. Silence in celebrity culture often speaks louder than words. Fans thought her silence was proof she was hurt, while others argued it meant she was used to Justin's cryptic behavior. Selena, on the other hand, didn't comment directly, but began posting more uplifting content, almost as if to show she was unbothered. But to the trained eyes of fans, even Selena's posts looked like hidden responses. This cycle of posts, silence, and speculation has become a game that the internet never seems to get tired of. And Justin, knowingly or not, keeps giving them more material. That shirtless picture is just one example, but if you look back, Justin has a pattern of dropping things online that spark chaos. Sometimes it's a random song lyric, sometimes it's a blurry picture, and sometimes it's nothing more than a strange caption. Yet every time, fans manage to link it back to Hailey or Selena. What makes this moment so explosive is that we're not just talking about a picture. We're talking about years of history, heartbreak, jealousy, and loyalty all wrapped up in one post. Justin is no longer just a pop star in this story. He's the central figure of a love triangle that fans refuse to let die. Whether he likes it or not, people want to believe he's still emotionally tied to Selena, even while he's married to Hailey. And every action he takes, intentional or not, adds fuel to that fire.